Welcome to the American Contractor Show. I'm your host, John Dye, and this is a very special Contractor Showcase episode. We're in Greenville, South Carolina with our good friends, Cornerstone Construction, owned by our good friend Hunter Ballou. Some of you guys may know Hunter from his work at RoofCon, and Bold Brotherhood, and some of the stuff that he's doing in the business, but he gave us access to his actual business today and is letting us take a look at what Cornerstone Construction is doing here in Greenville, South Carolina. Let's go check it out. This Contractor Showcase is sponsored by Balance Claims. Balance is the nation's largest third-party administration company, able to handle all your estimating and supplementing needs. If you guys need help, make sure to check out Balance Claims and what they're doing. They'd be more than happy to help you guys out. So let's go in here and let's find out what's going on with Hunter and his team, and maybe we may catch them off guard and run into some shenanigans. We'll see. See what's going on over here.
What up, man?
What's up, dude? How are you? You guys have done a great job here. Good.
So we got it back in 2017 is when we started Cornerstone. And before that, I think, I had like a marketing company. I was working out of this office right here beside me, which is now the operations manager's office. Little tiny office. I had a little white, what do they call those things? I guess Rubbermaid table. Like a little table. I would write notes on that stuff. I just threw it away this summer. It was emotional for me throwing it away. But man, this thing's been a work in progress. We came in here, it was nasty, like ugly yellow walls, yellow building, nasty black tile floors, and now we've got the AstroTurf gym, and all the guys that come in now, they're spoiled. So this is kind of what we envision for every market man, is be able to come in and have fun when you actually come to work. That's really cool, dude. And you guys have, started this business from nothing, have grown it in the course of what, 3 years? Yeah,
so
3 years.
What's the numbers look like right now?
Yeah, so this year, there's a wide range of what it could be based off of storms, but at minimum 12, we'll hit 12. I don't think 12 mil.
12,000?
Yeah, 12,000.
12,000?
Maybe one day 12,000 jobs.
12 billion?
Yeah, no billion-dollar roofing companies yet, but we're gunning for it. I don't know if we have aspirations of that, man. It's funny. You probably know that I'm like this huge visionary, and I'm creative, and I love thinking outside the box and being innovative. But I had a guy from Texas come in last night. He's one of our revolt members for RoofCon, Scott Ricks, Bayfront Roofing out of Corpus Christi. And he was like, hey man, did you start with the end in mind with Cornerstone? I was like, actually no. For me, man, it was like, I just was doing it as a case study. I wanted to get to 7 figures. And when I got to 7 figures, I was like, wow, that's really not a lot in the roofing industry. Maybe we could do 2 next year and then 5 the next year. 5 was kind of that number I was chasing. And I had a conversation with another big name in the industry, and he was kind of like telling me that I couldn't do it, couldn't hit 5 in 3 years. And here we are at 10, 12, whatever we're going to fall at this year. And so it just kept growing from there. And now our I don't want to say end goal, but the long-term vision right now is like, let's get to 100. And how do we do that? Is it through growing 10 branches? Is it through acquisition? There's a lot of variables there, but that's our vision now.
We hung out earlier this year. I remember like January, February talking to you and like discussing kind of what your future goals were at that point. And I don't even think at that point you were really like, we're going to hit 12 million this year.
Yeah, we were gunning for 10, but we didn't know if it would happen. And then we, to hit 10 million, if you kind of reverse engineer it, it's 1,000 contracts. If you can build 1,000 roofs, you're going to get there. We had 1,000 roofs back in July. Now, not all those stick.
Right.
Yes, people that get denied, some people that back out, whatever happens, but we had 1,000.
You guys had a day where you guys signed 100 contracts in one day.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was awesome. Now that was right after a storm. Obviously, that's not naturally going to happen.
I think you came on the show that day.
Yeah.
Just so happened that you were on the show and you were like,
I was checking my phone during the show.
Yeah, I remember that. That was wild, dude.
Yeah, it was, man. I didn't think we were going to hit it. It was the day after a storm, and we just deployed all the troops. We're like, hey, let's freaking hustle, try to hit 100. I think we were like, I don't know, I have to look back at the show, but I think we were like 94, and it was like 6:30 or 7, whatever time the show was. I was like, oh, we're not going to hit it. And then by the end of the show, we were like 106, and I was like, wow, that's crazy, man. $1 million day. So if only you could do that.
That's awesome, dude.
Once a month,
For sure. I'm excited. Thank you so much for letting us come and hang out on short notice and just be a part of this and walk around the business, because I think this is a great opportunity. I think not just for like customers or recruits to see this, but just in general for other contractors, other people in the industry to kind of get a feel for what really is going on behind the scenes here at Cornerstone and how you guys have accomplished what most businesses will never be able to accomplish. Like, let's be real, like most companies are never going to hit 10 million.
Yeah.
You guys have surpassed that in 3 years. Most companies can't even hit 5.
Yeah.
And so this is an inspirational story, and I think there's a lot that we can learn from you guys, and hopefully today we'll kind of learn some of the behind the scenes stuff.
You're pretty familiar with RoofCon and the mission behind that, and all this goes together, like with Cornerstone. Whether it's a guy that's here that wants to go out and do his own thing, or it's someone locally that contacts me, or some random dude on Facebook that I don't even know. Part of it for me is I want to help people realize what's possible and realize what's possible in this industry. That's huge to me, because when I came into this industry, I had no clue that we could get to 10 million in 3 years. It was just, hey, let's continue to learn, let's surround ourselves with the right people, let's innovate where we can and do things a little bit different in this industry and learn from other industries, and let's connect ourselves with good people like Mallets that can help us make more money through supplements, and John Dye's and Randy Brothers and Jim Johnson's and all the guys that are willing to pour out into the roofing community and help us evolve. So that's what we're doing.
You guys work with Ryan Groff too, right?
Yeah.
Ryan's a big part of this.
Yeah.
That's cool, dude.
It's been great, man.
That's really cool. Well, I'm excited to check it out. We'll walk around. You got a lot of good books on your shelf too. I just happen to be looking at all those.
I give away all my good ones. I still got a pretty good stack over there, but I give away a lot.
That's cool, dude. I'm a fan of like the hard copy book.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I actually never. Scott was asking me that last night. I was like, I never actually read those. I do Audible, and then I just buy the book so it looks cool.
That's funny, dude.
Yeah.
I don't like Audible, so.
I have to, man.
I like the actual books. I think it's cool that I have them, and that's really neat. So cool. Let's walk around, dude. So here we are in the, this is actually the entrance of Cornerstone, where we walked in, but this is your guys' like kitchen here. This is a really nice kitchen too.
Yeah. I always joke with people that come into town, you'll probably see in a minute, we have a bunk room, so like we have a roofer right now, Scott Riggs in town from Corpus Christi, we talked about that. And so when he comes into town, we got a bunk room so he can stay here, doesn't have to get a hotel room. I always joke with people, say, man, this place is nicer than my house. And that's what we envisioned, man, like just to kind of tell you the story, and you'll see as we walk through, but like this used to be a little tiny foyer when we were renting the building, and then there's dead space over here, and a little kitchen, and 2 bathroom doors there, and we've just kind of recreated this entire thing, and got the big bathroom now with the shower. We've got a gym out back, and we've got the training room over there. There were 3 little offices, and so we'll kind of walk through, but man, you can see a couple of those are, a couple of our awards we have, and the Greenville market. But one of those is I'm most proud of. We got best roofing company, best solar company, best sales rep, but best place to work, man. I'm super proud of that. We have a lot of fun here. We talk about it all the time. On our way to $100 million, we want to get there, but we're never going to sacrifice our culture to go corporate. To me, the money's not worth it. So
I like it, dude.
Walking through here, we got a couple offices. You can just kind of pan this way. Our finance team. We got Rebecca and Brittany hanging out. They make everything happen. If you're in the roofing industry, you know about the big collections team, the people watching the numbers. You can't make it happen. So we got QC board up here if we have issues. Our CC family wall. Our production
This is
wall.
actually a big deal, though.
Yeah.
This is a QC board that is front and center. I think most people try to hide this kind of stuff somewhere else, but you guys put it right here. This is intentional, I'm sure.
Yeah, and I wish I could say that we were the best in the world about it, but it's just, constant learning, man. We've had issues with it, and stuff gets backed up, and they're like, oh my gosh.
Well, no one starts a company and is like, hey, let's put our issues board on the front and center of the wall. Like, this is something that you guys learn in order to keep this front and center so that you guys can take care of these types of things.
Yeah, so we know if there's an issue, and we know when it gets moved to schedule and completed, and so our QC manager, they're actually in the back, the operations team, but we do put it right here because if we don't get this stuff done, we don't get money, right? So you get backed up, cash flow's bad, so we put it front and center.
I like it, dude.
We got Mama Kim in here. Without her, let's get a video of her. She's all mad at me for getting a video. This is going in there for sure. Millions of people are gonna see this. Mama Kim, say hey, she's all red. It couldn't happen without her. She is our team success manager. She takes care of all of our new hires, people that are interested in working with Cornerstone. And then Pilar right here, she handles all of our customer experience, talking to people on the phone, making sure they're happy. And then we've got our training room over here, so we can just kind of walk through real quick. Like I was saying, this is constant work in progress, man. We've had this as 3 offices when I got started. You know, you can see this beam here. This was an office, an office, an office. This was our training room, almost exactly like this. Had a big table in here, had a whiteboard here, and we were gunning for $1 million, and we were gunning for $2 million, and we just continued to expand and create the theater style seating. We've got the projector up there, and you can see our process board. We can hit on that, John, because you guys are part of that process board. We put our goals up here. You guys can see with Cornerstone Kids. I'm sure you've heard about that. If you've heard anything about Cornerstone, we have Cornerstone Kids, so we donate money to kids.
This was a really cool thing. I remember when you posted about this, but tell us what this was, because I think this is something that...
yeah, so with Cornerstone Kids, we donate a % of every dollar that comes in. So we know if we do $10 million, we're gonna donate 100 grand a year. If we can get to $100 million, we're gonna donate $1 million. We do that in every market to help develop youth into better leaders. And this year, COVID happened, 2020 of course, and so we started hearing about these schools that couldn't have prom. And so the local school asked me where we did our high school reunion, because I just had my 10-year reunion and I paid for it, so people knew about that. So I was telling the venue, I was like, it's an opportunity to give back. You know, let's ask the guys if they want to donate. And so 1 turned into 2, and then 4 and 5, and we got up to 12 proms that we actually funded and put on their proms so the kids could do it, because the school shut down and wouldn't do it. So we funded 12 proms. I think it was close to $40,000 is what it ended up being. But that was cool to be able to give back to the community. And you know, I'm not gonna hide it. Naturally, we're gonna see a return from that, right? We don't do it for that reason, but you're gonna end up seeing a return for it. So I think that's one cool thing about our industry, man, is that mindset is shifting to give back to the community. It's gonna come back to you. We can hit on this process board right here, though, man. Like,
hold on a second. This right here, I gotta sit down. I gotta sit down for a second and start to train.
Yeah.
So this is where I come to learn about how to roof and how to sell roofs and take a nap.
I mean, we've had some big people in here, man. We've had you in here. We've had John Dye in here. We've had Jimmy Coleman in here. I said John Dye. Del Childress in here. We've had Jimmy Coleman. All the big names have been in here training our team. So, yeah, we have fun with it.
I want to come train just so I can sit in these chairs for longer.
We got our saying over there, man. You hear guys in this industry, sales guys, like, oh, you know, they stole my roof. They knocked behind me. They saw my sign. Da, 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 da. Dude, losers focus on winners. Winners focus on winning. So we talk about that all the time. Just focus, stay in your lane on winning. What is your number? We reverse engineer. We just cleared this going into the end of the year, but we'll have that back up front of the year with everybody's goals. But dude, just what do you want to make for the year? If it's $100,000, what's the average commission? Reverse engineer, figure out what you got to make. So we're big on that, man.
Let's talk about this.
Oh yeah.
This is one of my favorite things I've ever seen anyone do in our industry.
Coming up. Yeah, so it's our insurance process for sales guys, the operations team, and then the office staff, meaning primarily finance. So they know exactly what has to be done to get a job completed. Our sales team knows that they have to have all the contracts uploaded. They have to have the photos in there, minimum of 50. They know they have to have the Eagle View in there, an ACV check, and a scope. They're not getting a job built without all 5 of those things in there. And our operations manager knows he can't approve a job unless all those things are in there. So if somehow it slips through and we don't have an Eagle View, or we don't have a check, or we don't have the scope or photos or the contracts, now the operations team's in trouble. So they know it has to be in there to approve it. So when that happens, they confirm all of it. They can schedule the build, they can order materials. What do they do then? They tag the supplement.
Come on now, right here.
I should have put your logo right there.
We should totally give you a Balance Claims logo that you put right there. Tag Balance Claims.
You got a sticker while you're here?
No.
Oh man, you're killing me. So Balance goes right here. We tag supplement team, and that way they know they can start working the file, and then we build it. Then at the end, we send the release of the appreciation letter to the insurance company, and we tag the supplement team, let them
tag us again.
Yep. Then you guys tag us when the supplement's confirmed, so we can send the LOC, and we get our money.
I like it.
Yeah. And so our guys know this is the insurance process Bible.
I wish all of our clients had this.
Yeah.
I'm sure Balance and everyone at the office would say the same thing. If all the clients had this, man, our lives would be much easier. It just has
to be streamlined, and everyone has to do their job. They know they got to finish before they can start. They got to finish before they can start, and then they finish it out and win the game.
I like it.
Cool. You want to see the bathroom?
So these are bathrooms. This is where you relieve
Anybody
yourself.
who knows me knows how much I love Texas Roadhouse. So I did the bathroom stalls like Texas Roadhouse. What about that?
No.
Yeah.
This is excellent.
Yeah.
This is so great.
This is part of me, man. Anybody that knows me at all knows I love Texas Roadhouse.
These are the bathrooms. Hey, you know what though? Let's pause for 1 second. Time out. Maybe you can keep recording this, but this is actually something that most people don't think about. When I go to a restaurant, I want to go to a nice bathroom. When I go to a place to work, I want to go to a nice bathroom.
Yeah.
In our office at Balance, we made our bathrooms nice. It's a big thing.
Yeah, it is,
It's the
man.
little things that make the big difference. This is a little.
Even our bathroom in our bunker, but I mean, like back here, we got a nice shower for our team. They come in and work out. I mean, big, nice shower.
Look at
They
that.
come in here.
That's look at the tile shower. You got the little tile light on the top. I mean, this is a nice shower.
Yeah, man.
I mean, I go to Lifetime and this is just as nice.
Another
if not
bathroom
nicer.
back here, changing room, all that good stuff.
Yep.
We got Anthony, CFO in here. Again,
Anthony.
couldn't make it happen.
Now this is an important guy.
It is, yeah. He helps head up the team, Brittany and
Let's step in
Rebecca.
here for a second.
Pleasure to meet you.
Hey, pleasure to meet you, man.
Anthony Monax.
Anthony, nice to
Ed
meet you. I'm
Beacon
John
County.
Dye. Nice to meet you. And this is interesting because many roofing companies don't have a CFO. Why do you think that it's important that roofing companies have CFOs in their business?
Oh, I think it's extremely important just to keep up with the expenses, to make sure that vendors get paid timely, make sure our folks get paid timely. With a company growing as fast as ours is, it's a lot to get your arms around. And we've experienced, exponential growth just in the last year, going from just a handful of employees to 80 now, something like that. Spent 33 years in the banking industry, and I just want to tell you this is a refreshing change to a company like this. To get out of the corporate world and just be in a laid back, I mean, we work hard, but we play hard. It's just a family-like atmosphere. I love the culture, and just excited about this next chapter.
Yeah, I don't know if Anthony cares about sharing this, but and if he does, we'll just cut it out because we can do that when we edit since we're not live. But Anthony, man, he's a big dog in the banking industry. I think he ran 36 banks or something crazy.
Branches for upstate for BB&T.
Yeah, so I mean, he was making a ton of money, been there for 33 years, and was willing to come in and be a part of our team, join the team, and take what you could call, I mean, as a male, as an alpha running 36 banks. A little bit of an ego hit, not being able to run 36 banks and join a team.
You walking into this position though is really unique because I'd like to get your perspective a little bit on the things that you find that was kind of weird the way that roofers do business. Like there's got to be some things that were like, man, this was costing you a ton of money and you just didn't know it, or this, if you would have operated certain ways a little bit differently, because most roofing companies operate pretty similarly.
Yeah.
What do you think on, as far as that goes?
Well, still getting my arms around some of this, but just all the upfront costs and what we pay out, and then getting most of the pay on the back end, and then just trying to shorten that payment cycle, because sometimes we see things 60 to 90 days out. We're waiting on the insurance checks, and we've paid out a ton of money. So what we're trying to do is just make sure that we shorten that cycle, that we're on the phone talking to folks. We've just hired someone who just deals, completely with collections and helps with the invoicing.
Huge move. That's a great move.
Oh yeah, and we've collected some stuff now all the way back from 2019 that we might not have ever seen again, because the customer, it's like out of sight, out of mind. They haven't talked to us, and we send out letters after 14 days. Then after another 14 days, we send one that's a little more stern, and we've already seen a dramatic increase in folks kind of paying us a little more timely. So shortening that cycle has really improved cash flow, and that continues to.
A big part of that was coming up with a lien letter and saying, hey, look, you got 14 days. But then we went back and we said, hey, it's not really who we are to strong arm somebody. So what we wanted to do is work on being a little more friendly. So we added a cover letter of me, Maggie, and Turner, and just saying, look, this is just a part of the process. Like we have 100 families now that we have to feed. We're responsible for them, so we need the money. And for us to be able to apply that lien later on, we have to send this letter ahead of time.
Which is a great move, I think.
And we also talk about how we try to give back to the community too, and I think that resonates well with customers, because a certain percentage of our profit goes to Cornerstone Kids. We mentioned that in that cover letter, and I think folks maybe, and this is probably the wrong way to say it, but kind of shame them into paying, because it's like, oh yeah, I've been sitting on this, but yeah, I really need to get that check in.
Yeah, that's great stuff, man. I appreciate you. Thank you so much
Pleasure to meet you guys.
Talking and
thanks for being here with us.
For the small conversation, but this is great information that I think a lot of contractors should look into it, hiring a CFO and bringing someone in that's professional that can handle that part of the business. Because it's not simple. None of this stuff is.
Oh, no, it's not. But it's, I tell you, it's really fun to dive in and be a part of a company that's growing like this. I can't wait till we hit 100 million.
Well, thank you so much, man.
Thanks,
Have a good one, brother.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate y'all being here.
Thank you. This seems like a fun office.
This
here.
is a bunch of hooligans.
This
is the one I
This
would
feels
never-
like a hooligan office. I'm just gonna be straight up. Like, I would like to work in this office.
Yeah, I was like, should we even come in here? I'm nervous about what they're gonna
I mean, we
say.
got a guitar in the corner. We've got golf going on. There's a big screen TV in here. 2 desks. It's always just a sign of trouble.
Yeah.
So
Pretty much. I have a good time. This is our commercial team, so they're in here getting it. MidCat specifically works on
Nice.
relationships with commercial vendors, so whether it's a real estate agent, focuses on commercial, insurance agents, property managers, builds those relationships. And then we have, Jamie, Ryan, these guys go out and help us close some deals. So
nice.
they work about 40% of the time, play basketball, lift weights, play golf, whatever, about 60% of the time.
So you guys were primarily residential.
Yeah.
So now you're building this division out now, right?
Yeah.
What are you seeing from here?
Yeah, man, so I think it's just a long-term game. I've heard that so many times from some of the big guys in the industry, specifically Paul Reed, Jonathan Sherwood, those guys crush it. And so the same thing it was for me getting into the game with residential. It's, hey, who can I surround myself with that knows that game and is willing to pour back into me, whether I have to pay for it or not. Ryan Groth, another great example.
Yeah.
He focuses with Sales Transformation Group on commercial. Service, sell service. Don't sell the roof, because sometimes the roof's not ready. You don't have to go for the home run. You got to get to first base, second base, third base, build that relationship. So now it's getting guys on MSAs, getting companies on MSAs, and then we know that work's going to come back to us.
An MSA is
Master Service Agreement.
perfect. And so Ryan works with this team here mostly?
Yep.
Awesome. How do you guys like working with Ryan?
It's pretty nice. Yeah.
Ryan's great, isn't he? Yeah, great friend of ours. We love Ryan. So, guys, thank you so much for letting us stop in and crash your party for a few minutes.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. All right, so here we are in the operations room.
Yep. So this is operations manager's office.
Well, I guess
Albert,
I could be the
you
operations
can be the
manager.
ops manager. Albert was smart. He got out here before you guys came. You don't know where he's at.
Let's send some emails.
Yeah. And then Zach here's our QC manager, and Brandon's one of our supervisors. Goes out to the job, make sure everything's going good, so that we don't have as many QC issues.
Yeah.
But Zach is a huge part of making sure that QC board's taken care of up front that we talked about.
So this is a part of the business that a lot of contractors struggle with too. Operations, QC, getting these jobs done, accomplished. What are some of the things that you guys have learned doing this job?
So for me, mainly on the QC side, it's for one, just identifying the issue, talk to the homeowner, call them, say, hey, I heard this happen, but could you explain it to me a little bit more? Go take pictures if you need to, and then really just try to stay on top of it. I mean, the faster we handle it, the happier they are, the faster we get paid.
The better reviews you get. Yeah.
Faster the supplement comes in.
That's right. Faster the supplement comes in.
Yeah. So that's the biggest thing for me. Is just really identifying the issue. Making sure that we're on the same page. Because if I send somebody out there, or if we go out there and try to take care of it, and that they're still not happy, then we're back to square one. So if you just know what the problem is, then it's pretty simple from there. And it really depends on the customer. Obviously, not everybody's going to be happy. But it's we do our part, to where if we did damage something, that we take care of it.
I like
Your ops team, your office team, your finance team, they're almost like the offensive line. They're not the skilled players like the sales guys. They're not out there making the money come in, so a lot of times they get overlooked. But without these guys, it couldn't happen. Oh, we got him. He didn't hear us.
I'm gonna get up now because this guy looks. He's been at the gym a little bit, and I have.
It's all
not,
Matt because it just happens. Yeah. So we're talking a little bit about operations. If you want to kind of hit on that real quick, Albert. Just talk about Cornerstone, how we operate, how we've evolved. I think is a big thing from the time you started a couple of years ago to now. Like how we've evolved. We talked about that QC board, and I was open with them and saying, look, that's some stuff we figured out. We're not brilliant. We didn't say, hey, let's put our QC issues right in front of everybody and get them knocked out. That's been a process of like, hey, we got to put it front and center, so we focus on it and get it knocked out before we lose money and don't collect and we have all this bad debt.
Yeah, and it's been a process from the get-go. I mean, when I started here, and it really wasn't that long ago, I mean, it was 2 years ago. Yeah. We were filling everything out on paper. All our orders, everything was just filling out on paper. Sales guys were writing down size of everything, what they needed, what they want, everything else. And we've gone through a couple different CRMs, having a little bit of a brain fart here. What do you call it? Trial and error. Yeah. A little bit of trial and error. We've tried a few things, and we're with AccuLynx right now. That's working really good. Sales guys submit jobs, put them in as leads, go to prospects, go through the whole process. Comes to us for approval. You know, there's certain things we need to get a job approved.
And we talked a little bit about the process poster that's over there that you have too. We put that in front of finance team, put it in front of him, put it for the sales team. That way he remembers. I mean, he's, experienced it before. I'm like, dude, how did we do this job when we didn't have pictures? And then it's like, all right, I got to buckle down. Maybe I'm buddies with this guy a little bit more, so I let him slip because the Eagle View wasn't in there, whatever. But we've just gotten to a point now where, again, we don't want to become corporate and like, oh, you got to do it this way and there's no other way. But some of the stuff has to be that way, and it's because we're protecting ourselves, the company, because again, we have so many families to feed and we can't go out of business.
And you're protecting your customers.
Protecting the sales guy and the customer.
Yeah. That's huge.
Yeah, like you say, I mean, it does. It protects everybody, us, the sales guy, the customer. We take pictures beforehand to let us know what the property looks like before we were there. We try and get pictures afterwards. We get a scope, we get Eagle View, size of everything, so we know what we're supposed to do, what's covered, what's not covered. Customers always try and sneak stuff in. That's just, I guess we would do it too, buying a car. Hey, can I get this? Can I get that? So,
call them savvy customers.
Yeah, sure. That's what we'll go with.
Well, cool. You want to go see all the fun stuff outside?
Yeah, thank you guys. Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah, man.
Have a good one. This is where the magic happens when it comes to RoofCon, huh?
It is, man. We got a little room here we added on a few months ago for these guys to work. We've got another bigger room outside for the marketing team. We'll probably see that here in a minute. So they kind of collaborate back and forth. But Michaela, obviously, I don't know, we even know what her title is, director of events or something cool like that.
The person that makes it happen.
Yeah, and then we got, marketing officer here, Diego. So they make it all happen for RoofCon. People always give me credit and come up to me at the events and talk about it, but dude, my job's easy. They do a great job.
So you guys only work on RoofCon though, right?
Yes.
100%.
100% RoofCon.
That's really cool. What's going on right now behind the scenes?
A lot is going on right now. So we have the December retreat coming up really shortly for Revolt. So that'll be happening December 3rd through the 6th in San Diego. So our Revolt members are going to be joining Hunter and Dale Childress and Chuck Toki. So Hunter, Dale Childress, Chuck Toki are all going to be training our Revolt members in San Diego in this huge, awesome house with a pool and tennis courts and basketball courts and all kinds of
It's like a compound, man. It's like we don't even have to leave. We got a chef coming, private chef coming. I don't know if you're familiar with Jimmy Coleman. He's kind of like the king of LinkedIn. He's going to come in and teach people how to recruit off of LinkedIn, build funnels for that. So really excited about that. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, that's going to be awesome. So that's the next thing on our calendar. After that, we have Roof Cruise, which is coming up May 3rd through the 7th. So we just released the details for that. You might have seen that really fun video with Hunter in that Hawaiian shirt. But Roof Cruise is going to be awesome. So we just released all the pricing and information for sponsorships and tickets. There's VIP tickets that include a killer party. And we're just going to have a ton of fun. We have excursions to Perfect Day at Cocoa Bay and Nassau in Bahamas. And we'll be setting sail out of Miami, so that's going to be awesome.
I think I may tag along with you on that one.
Yeah, I already asked you.
Come on now.
Chuck will be there, you'll be there. Yeah, so it should be a lot of fun.
I'll definitely have to.
Yeah, we're only going to have 200 available spots, which is 100 rooms because there's 2 beds per room. And we had 100 and something comments already on the post. And we do have to book it out about 2 months ahead of time. So we got about 3 months to promote that, fill it up. But it'll be a lot of fun. I mean, there's going to be a ton of value in there for that.
I mean, come on, a cruise?
Yeah, it's too much fun.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What's crazy about this room right here is all the stuff that you guys are doing here is literally transforming an industry. Out of Greenville, South Carolina, in this room right here, you guys are putting out stuff that is changing not only the industry, but changing people's lives. And I think that there's a lot of really cool stuff that's happening here, and I congratulate you for that. But I also like, it's so cool to be in this room. Like I feel like there's a lot of really good energy here as far as that goes.
Yeah, just speaking about this room, I mean, some of you guys may know that we had this desk right there, me, him, Pate Smith, and Jeremy Gilstrap, you know, on the camera, and then these guys and a bunch of other people in the background were helping us out. We did a call-a-thon for Roofers in Recovery and Raised. On air, I think 54,000.
Yeah, 50-some thousand.
And then it ended up being like 82,000 total.
With our with the matches and everything. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
This all came out of this room right here, and then RoofCon comes out of this room. Roof Crews, the Revolt tours, all those things like that are just helping people out in so many ways.
Yeah.
So this is a cool room. It's a special room.
Good vibes.
Excited. Lots of stuff going on in here. And then we also, of course, have RoofCon 2021 that we're planning.
Yep.
So we're going to have that in Orlando. So we're super excited. September 30th through October 2nd.
Yep.
So we're super excited about that. Details.
Can't wait for that either.
Orange
So-
County Convention Center. It's pretty sweet.
Disney
It's
World.
beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
That's all I keep thinking is Disney World.
Disney World,
I
baby.
know. Disney World,
Cool,
Universal.
man.
You know, speaking of the cruise too, we were just talking about this, how, you know, you're talking about the innovation that's going on, the things that we're doing in here, how it's changing the industry, and just talking about, like, with the cruise, you know, we're putting this together and we start thinking, no one else is doing this, you know? And it's just, it's such a fun thing to just think to yourself, hey, we're doing this and this is going to affect people, and, you know, I'm sure in the future now we're going to start seeing other cruises pop up, but it's just the thoughts and the innovations that are going on here. That's the funnest thing about this job, is just being able to be on the front end of some of those things.
No, dude, it's the reality of it.
Yeah.
You guys are doing really cool stuff. Diego, Michaela, you guys are killing it. So.
Yep, teams continue to grow. Brandon's obviously
You
not here,
remember
but
RoofCon, the first one?
oh, dude, yeah. Of
That was
course I
fun,
remember.
dude.
It was teeny
We had a
tiny.
blast.
Yeah.
But I mean, looking at where this is today, though,
Yeah.
like, this is cool. It's
Yeah, we're
only
gonna-
been what, a year?
Just keep
Yeah.
on going up.
Just over a year, like 14 months. And we're gunning for, you know, 2,500 people next year,
Yeah.
and a bunch of vendors. And I mean, our space, I showed you
Super
earlier,
space is huge.
our vendor space is almost 200,000 square feet for next year. And I've had so many vendors reach out and say, hey, we're in for next year. People already asking about paying for next year. And we just wanted to lock everything down before we open it up,
Yeah.
but we're opening it up within the next 2 weeks, so it'll be fun.
RoofCon's always going to be special, man.
Yeah.
That was where we shot our very first video.
Really?
Art of the Supplement videos were shot at RoofCon, the
Yeah.
first one.
You got a bunch
Yeah.
of good people on. Yeah. The old Opryland.
The old
Inn.
Opryland.
Yeah.
That was fun. But thank you so much for showing us this. Thank you guys
Yeah.
for taking time out of your busy day, because you guys are definitely like doing a lot of stuff in here, I'm sure. So, no, we appreciate you guys a lot. Thank you guys.
Alright, so we got the warehouse out here.
We're in the South.
Yeah,
This
lots
is like,
of
you
good
gotta have
times.
a four-wheeler, right?
We just, you remember the car that we jump all the time?
Yeah.
We just trashed it this week.
Okay, so you're gonna have to give me some B-roll of that car.
Okay. well,
So just for some you
I
have to
don't know
send
if you
this
could
to me.
actually like focus on this with that big camera, but yeah, it wasn't working. It's been like a year. We finally got it working. He's spraying some ether in there to keep it going. And
He's,
then,
wait, hold on. He's riding on the hood, spraying ether in the car.
and then another guy's driving. Probably shouldn't show this, but here we go. Probably shouldn't show this. Can you see it in the? Okay. So Ryan jumps off when it happens,
He's gonna drive it into the flames.
and I have to go pull out Zach because the car door wouldn't open.
Good thing you're a firefighter.
Yeah,
By the
it
way,
was,
for those that don't know, Hunter was a firefighter before in a past life.
Cornerstone. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So good times.
And
But we
he's
have a
so
lot of fun.
he was qualified to attempt such.
Yeah,
such
sure,
acts
we'll say
of
that.
bravery.
We'll say that. Yeah. So this is just a little warehouse. We've got two parts to this. You'll see the other part in a minute. We've continued to build on offices. We just added these two offices. We keep some stuff here. We try to keep it light.
I
Because
mean, I don't think any roofing contractor would be complete without rolls of coil everywhere.
plenty. Just we took a ton of stuff back before you guys came out, so it looked a little better. You can see our crew shirts. We do pink shirts for October, so we gave away hundreds of those.
Nice.
You can see our display over here, our coated stuff. But I'll show you the two offices,
Can we finish this? I mean, you've only got half of the shingle,
Man,
Hunter.
I should get on the guys, right?
I mean, this is not
So
appropriate.
we take this to the home shows and kind of show them the system.
I like it.
Yeah. So we got two more offices. I'll show you those. I guess one office and one bunk room.
Okay.
This is Mama Kim for you right here. Shoes off. She will get on your butt if you wear your shoes in here, but we'll be fine. We're fine.
You sure? I mean,
Oh, Scott Riggs. I'm glad he wasn't naked in here. Scott Riggs is in here. I forgot he was here. What's up, man?
How's it going, guys?
He's hanging out with us, Bayfront Roofing. You can see a couple bunk beds in here, hang out, TV, bathroom.
that's cool, dude.
We'll let you do your thing, though. He's working.
This is a
working
cool
away.
room.
Yeah.
Awesome. Nice to meet you, man. Yes, sir.
He was at RoofCon 1 back in 2019, and now he's in Revolt with us, our mastermind, the roofers, and then came to RoofCon 2020. And then we got our marketing room. So we've got 2 of our 3 members in here.
Now this is my kind of room here.
Yeah, our little.
Once I see Godox, I'm happy.
Yeah.
So you guys are just doing marketing for Cornerstone, right? And RoofCon. I think I saw you at RoofCon. Tell us a little bit about what you guys doing here.
I do a lot of the ads for Google and Facebook both, so figuring out what campaigns are going to work best for the company to get the most lead generation and hopefully get our guys some roofs a little bit easier.
William, you're a content creator.
Yes. So my background's in theater, which means you go wherever you are needed. So if it's something with RoofCon, we need to film content for that, that's where we're gonna go. If we need to do something with Cornerstone, that's it. If it's something for Hunter, that's where it's, I know nothing about roofing. To be completely honest, I know nothing about it. But what I love are stories, being able to tell people's stories. And there's stories everywhere. There's stories within roofing, whether it's roofers or customers that are being helped, and that's what's really fun. And it's an incredible opportunity because when you get to video and you get to create content, like you just want somebody to just turn you loose. And that's something I'm really privileged to be able to do. Is just Hunter gives a little bit of direction, and then you just go with it. And that's something that's really fun about doing or creating content for Cornerstone and for RoofCon. It's like it is what you make of it. And that's what's a lot of fun. I think that also just feeds into the mission that you talk about all the time. It is what you make of it. You make it count. So.
Yeah. You see this little RoofCon?
I see that. It's a
Yeah,
little RoofCon
rocking
mask, but we're in South Carolina. Masks don't matter here.
No, sir.
I'm not gonna.
All right, so this
This
is our
is
little
it,
safe
huh?
haven. Yeah. This is like little kid dreaming of what I could build out in the warehouse. Got our speakers up there, getting some reps in.
Should I get some reps in while I'm here?
Woo,
No, I'm
doing
not.
it. Got Turner's little trampoline over there, basketball. Man, we have a good time out here. So, I mean, we tell people, man, if you feel like you're struggling with health and stuff, you come in here. I don't care if you're working. It doesn't matter. You can take time off to come in here and work out. We want to make sure that people prioritize their health because long term they got to be there for their family, for the team, for Cornerstone team. So that's important to us. So we have a good time over here.
Looks like it. Well, who's this guy?
We did this for a little competition for October for Halloween.
So you gotta put your face in here?
Yeah.
I'm a RoofCon guy. South Carolina, a Cornerstone. How important is this room to you guys for your business?
Man. Honestly, we, in comparison to other businesses, we probably spend way too much time in here. But to me, it's everything. I've already talked about it a couple times, but having that culture of where guys want to come to work. I mean, you go ask any of those guys and they want to be here. They appreciate it, that they'll tell you it's the best job they have. And that's how we attract top level talent, right? Is we do things like this, we put out videos and people appreciate that and they want to be a part of the team. They know that we're going to pour back into them as well. The Six-Figure Blueprint is something we've worked on a program for over 2 years now. I've just poured time and time and time and bought programs and put those programs into it and said, hey, we're going to invest every penny we can into the training, the technology, and any tools you need to be successful. Because at the end of the day, dude, when someone quits and they don't make enough money, I feel it. I really do. And I know that I give them enough to be successful, but if they don't make it, I still feel it, and it still makes me feel bad. So I want to know at the end of the day that they have everything they need to be successful. And part of this goes into it, just being happy at work. And then the training and all that stuff is extra.
Turner. Thanks for joining.
Hanging out.
Yeah, I could tell like you guys have built a phenomenal business. Maggie, you've definitely done a great job here, I'm sure too. Your touches on all this stuff, I'm sure. Like, there's no way that this guy has enough style to build this out and make it look nice. I know Hunter well enough to know that much. So, but you guys have done some really cool stuff. And at the end of the day, though, you know, you're serving Greenville, you're serving Tulsa, Little Rock, all these cities you guys are expanding to. You're down in Louisiana. You guys in Pensacola too, right?
Yeah.
And so you guys are doing all this stuff. What do you think all this equates when it comes to your customers? Like, how does this help your customers get a better experience when it comes to working with you guys?
Yeah, man, I like that you asked that, and I give probably not a super popular answer to that. You know, I tell our team all the time, there's nothing like super sexy about the roofing industry in terms of the customers, right? Like, nobody grew up, was like, I just want to be a roofing salesman when I grow up. But what it does is it gives you the opportunity to give people a better experience. They're typically not getting a roof because they're like, you know what, I want to change the color of my roof from black to brown to make it look better. Siding, maybe so. Maybe they get new fridge, maybe they get new countertops, new tile. Yeah, they want to upgrade, they want to impress their family, but not a roof. Like, they're just getting a roof because they have to have it. They have to keep their house, you know, dried in. So for us, it's just about giving them a better experience through the process and allowing our team to make an income that they probably never thought was possible for the most part. And so for us, that's what it's all about, man, is growing our team, giving people the ability to grow and develop as leaders and leave a legacy that they're proud of. What we talk about at RoofCon is exactly what we try to embody here at Cornerstone.
I think it's kind of interesting how many people come from other industries into roofing and find a career and a home here and an opportunity that they never would have found anywhere else.
Yeah.
Where do you find a lot of your people? Like, where are a lot of the people that work here come from?
So we, it's not necessarily that we focus and we only take these type of people, but it just seems to happen. And I think a lot of, because I'm a blue collar guy naturally. I'm from a little town, Travelers Rest, 4,000 people. I left high school, was dumb as a box of rocks. I was 189 out of 212 kids in my high school class. I left there, went to Marine Corps just trying to find a way in life. Then I went to the fire department making $25,000 an hour, or an hour, I wish, $25,000 a year, and just always had this entrepreneurial spirit, wanting to figure it out. And so we attract blue collar people, hard workers that are out there laying brick, they're plumbing, like actually doing the physical labor, typically not a sales guy. And so what that does for us is it brings in a guy who's used to putting in hard work, at least 40, 50, 60 hours a week. And when you tell them, hey, you go out there and you just knock doors or go build relationships or run these leads, you know, it's so easy to them. And if they continue to put in 40 hours a week, they're going to make $100,000 a year versus making 25, 30 before. And so it completely changes their life, and nothing motivates me more. Like, you've seen me at RoofCon talk about that, and that's extremely fulfilling to me, is bringing in a guy. That means way more to me than any amount of money we could sell, 10 million, 100 million, is how many guys can we make millionaires that never had a shot before Cornerstone.
I love that, dude. And I think that's what these companies are really about. The ones that are successful, that are scaling and growing, the people that are coming out of it are so much better off because they came in.
Yeah.
And that's a testament to what you guys are doing.
And dude, like when you incorporate family, and we have, you know, Thanksgiving or Christmas, or we have somebody's birthday up here, we've had people come up here and do their gender reveals. We have big blow up slides and blow up jump houses and things like that. And you get kids involved and they grow up together, and you just create this culture to where everyone wants to become better. It's not come in and do your job and leave. It's how do we get better? How do we get better? And when everybody's doing that and you have a common mission, it's just so powerful. And that common mission for us is Cornerstone Kids. We all know that if we give it our all, we're able to donate back to the community and make an impact.
I love that. And Maggie, I know, like, when it comes to relationships and in marriages and in business, even like my own, like, I credit so much of my success to whatever success I have to my wife, and so much of that to her. I'd like to hear from you a little bit on what, you know, the things that you've seen this company go through and your perspective of it, and how it's, you know, shaped the way, you know, what the touches are that you put on it, and how it's shaped the way that you guys operate as a family unit.
Yeah, well, it's just like Hunter said, like, it opens up a whole different world to you. Like, he's talked about how he was in the Marine Corps and how he was in the fire department. I was a teacher. Like, you just, if you don't know, if you just go to school and you listen to what they say, like, you don't realize this whole other world, this whole entrepreneurial world is out there for you. And it really changes people's lives. Like he was saying, the blue collar people that come in and work with us, and it's just awesome to see how it does change their lives. And I'll talk to the wives a lot of times and their families, and they just come to me and say, look, we're so happy. My husband comes home from work happy. It's completely changed our marriage. And it's not even the money. It's just the atmosphere, the family atmosphere, feeling like you're wanted and welcomed, and for a husband to go to work every day and then come home happy and excited about what he's doing. And like Hunter said, it's not, it's a roofing company. Like we're not doing anything super exciting for homeowners, but just the relationships that they build with homeowners while they're out there knocking doors. There's just so much to it that everything kind of snowballs together. Like I said, just the husband coming home happy, and it completely changes the whole family.
It's funny too, man, because like
it's like a direct correlation between like having a job that's fulfilled because your efforts as a human, as a salesperson, are producing these results, and you're getting compensated for it in a handsome way that makes it well worth your time. But not only that, but you're helping so many people. Yeah, there's a lot of fulfillment.
And it's funny, man, because like we've had this conversation before, and you've told me like, Hunter, you make entrepreneurs, you don't make employees. And we've had that discussion. I've heard that from several people, and I'm okay with that, man. You know, like for me, I don't care if it's someone in the front office that's making 30, 40, 50 grand a year. I want them to have the opportunity to make more. And if that means they spread their wings and fly and go start their own company or do something that they think is better for them, that's okay. We can find someone to fill that spot, and we'll hug them and, you know, love on them and wish them the best, and that's okay. But within Cornerstone, we want to give them more opportunity. So like every one of our salaried people has the ability to make commission whether they bring on a job, and that doesn't mean we take their attention from their job. Because if we take their attention from their job, they're not going to be as proficient, right? So we just give them the opportunity to generate leads, and if they generate leads, we close it, they make money off of it. They can do that. They can make an extra 10, 20 grand a year just based off of that compensation plan we have set up.
That's awesome, dude. You guys are killing it. Your customers love you. We've seen the reviews. I've seen some of the things that are going on. They have no reason not to pick Cornerstone, and it's kind of, you know, it's a no-brainer, but salespeople have a great reason to be here too. You guys have built an amazing company. Thank you so much for letting me just walk around here and talk to your people and hang out, and just, you know, giving us wide open access and showing us this building and this facility and your culture. I mean, the facility is a building and it's just part of it, but the people in here, the culture, the passion that they have to do a good job, it's just, it's hard to find that anywhere in the country. Greenville's lucky to have you guys in Little Rock and Tulsa and Lake Charles and everywhere else you guys are working. You guys are changing people's lives and making it that much easier to get a roof.
For sure. We appreciate it, brother.
Thank you.
Coming in.
Absolutely. And Turner, thank you.
Don't buy.
Thanks so much for watching today's show. Make sure to like and subscribe our pages so that you can stay up to date with every episode. And by the way, this show is all about you, the American contractor. Be sure to comment and let us know what you want to hear about and what subjects you want us to touch on. We'll be sure to include them in a future episode. Thanks again, and I hope you have a great day.